Georgia Davis, and for the next 30 minutes, we'll take a journey through the people and stories that make up UCSB Athletics. This is Gauchos In 30. The UCSB men's volleyball team was eliminated from the Big West tournament with their upset against BYU in the semifinals. But despite the loss, the Gauchos ended the year with an 18-9 overall record. Let's take a look at a preview of their practice.
Gauchos, 1, 2, 3, go.
This team doesn't have a superstar, but they're just a solid team all around. They play great volleyball, smart volleyball, and
we're excited for this matchup. This is something we've wanted to do all year long. It's been our goal to get to the Final Four conference and keep winning, so it's going to be a fun one.
You know, they pretty much riled themselves. We have some seniors who they weren't ready to end it, and they waited a little long, but at 14-7 in that last fourth game, we were down, and a couple of them just kicked it into gear and kind of rallied the whole team.
You know, we're a team with a lot of fire and a lot of heart, so and that comes out every time we play. The four teams that are left, you know, Stanford, Pepperdine, BYU, and us, all four are great teams, and so it's going to be a really exciting Final Four.
Both teams know each other extremely well, as good as you can know a team, and they're undefeated at home for a reason. They're very good up there, and it's a tough place to go up and play in, but we play well up there.
My name's Evan Light, I'm a senior, and I'm an opposite for UCSB men's volleyball.
I am Chad Kinji, I'm on the UCSB men's volleyball team, and I am the libero.
Our team has a lot of depth. We added some transfers that are really going to help us out, and I think we really serve the ball well and pass the ball well. And those are two pretty basic fundamental skills that if you want to win, you have to do well.
We are returning 4 of the 7 starters from last year. Me, Evan Light, Austin Kinji, and Jake Stahl. We got a transfer named Matt Hanley from UCLA, as well as another transfer from UCSD, Vaughn Lennon, who actually really helped the practice squad. And Matt Hanley will probably be an impact player this year, which is nice. He brings a little more seniority to our squad. Jonas Safe, our freshman setter from last year, he's now a year older, which is really nice. He's a little more in tune with everyone on our team, knows how to handle everyone a little better, and I think he'll be able to run our offense a lot better this year. There's no one impact player you can focus on, and we've got a lot of people on our team who are very offensively minded, so everyone on our team can put the ball away. No matter if it's Jonah, having Jonah as 6'7" is very nice, and then we have two outsides that are going to be really good for our team. And our middles are very powerful too. Ever since the finals run we had in 2011, we kind of been rebuilding for the last 3 years. So I think this is a year where we can really showcase all the work we put in. Pretty much this year we got a lot more celebration. Every point we celebrate, it's really nice to see. Last year I think we might have lacked a little of on the fire side. This year my role is pretty much to lead the team, and you know, I was on the squad that went to the finals. I know what it takes to get there. There's only a handful of guys that were on that team that are still here. So it's just kind of understanding how long the season is, staying healthy, and keeping everyone in good spirits the whole season. Last year I got in my own head, but this year I tend to bring a little more fire, a little more communication with all my passers, and just make sure everyone's on the right page. That MPSF, you got to show up every night ready to play, and Rick does a great job of preparing us week in and week out with scouting reports. But it's a grind, and that's why we need depth. We need guys that are going to be ready to come into matches when someone's having an off night, because unlike the other leagues, you got to be ready to play every night or else you're gonna lose. I would definitely say we're a top 5 team this year. We're very well rounded. All these guys have played together for a year already, if not 2. So we know the teams that we're going to face. We know the players. We know we can beat them. We proved it last year. We beat pretty much everyone we played at least once. So it's just going to be a matter of going out there and being ready to play every night.
I think all of us that know Jim and remember him, the scholarly qualifications, articulate, very, very sure of himself, always had a sense of focus. This was far back as a student, and it was a very compelling part of his personality.
He was an outside linebacker, as I was, and I was a tight end, and Jimmy was a very tenacious football player, and we went on in the fall of '65 and played on that national championship runner-up Camellia Bowl team. And he was an instrumental force on that team, and he was an outstanding student here.
He was destined for good things to come because of his commitment to scholarship, his commitment to the ROTC, his commitment to his teammates. And that was Jim. Those were the quality standout, just not another, quote, jock. Long before it was the right thing to do, Jimmy believed in the student athlete.
To come out of here and just be an athlete is not what coming to UCSB is all about. And Jim certainly took advantage of it and was in ROTC. It was a very volatile time in our era.
I knew he was in ROTC, but I didn't realize when I was a student athlete here, he ran the whole show, ran all the cadets. And I met 2 ROTC members at a AGR function about 4 years ago. I said, well, several of my teammates are ROTC, one of them was here, and I went and got Jimmy, brought him over to introduce him, and these 2 gentlemen came to attention and saluted Jim Barber, because he was the cadet commander. And you salute your commander when you're on campus. And they saluted him almost 40 years later. I was astounded. Jimmy had a distinguished career as a math major, served a tour of Vietnam as an officer.
He chose law as a career. We don't follow all of that, but then we see him emerge as an attorney, and then we hear good things. Oh, did you hear about Jim Barber, a major partner in a major law firm in San Francisco? We really didn't know what he did, but whatever he was doing it well. Always an innovator, always a thinker, always willing to take the extra yard.
One of my teammates, a very distinguished attorney in Santa Rosa, Bart Weisenberg, emailed me because he did some research on Jimmy's career as an attorney. And I'm going to read to you. He excelled at Hastings College of Law, prestigious law school. He graduated Order of the Cough, Thurston Society, and articles editor of the Hastings Law Journal. Any one of these his academic honors is very impressive, but to get all 3 is virtually unheard of. He was truly a high flyer who gained the reputation of a hard-hitting and effective advocate. Jesse was a hard hitter on the infamous Green Weenies defensive unit on the Camellia Bowl team. He was the instigator of the Gaucho Athletic Association, which were all football players that has now evolved into the Gaucho Order. He was the first chair. He's done many other things. He's on the Alumni Board of Directors. He's the major reason why we have this all Gaucho reunion weekend. It's been 7 years. People were skeptical of this being successful. Well, every event sold out this weekend at UCSB. He won the Graver Service Award given by the Alumni Association for outstanding service to his university.
We make friends, not money. That was his whole idea. We were building a consensus of friendship, partnership, and in the early years, he was extremely instrumental in reaching out and was our voice to the institution, to the university.
I remember our mission statement that we put together when we started the Gaucho Athletic Association. And his mission statement was not just about athletic success. It was about academic success, building careers. How can this group of alumni come back and help with this? And what's exciting is the academic success is growing. It's now going to have his name on it. We now have career days for athletics. He envisioned this in 2002 when we first came together, and it's all happening now.
He became active statewide. He became active in the legislature, both from an educational point of view, but from a fundraising research point of view as well. And it wasn't personal. It wasn't, I want to get fixed. It wasn't that kind of a solution. That wasn't his style. It was more, this is a concern, it goes on, I have it, He would keep a sense of humor about things.
This affliction has no light at the end of the tunnel. And in his own noble way, recognizing this, but it never deterred him, ever. He was recognized exactly to advance the cause, the way he did with the Gauchos, the way he's done in law, and now what he's doing with ALS.
My personal goal is to do what I can to help turn this disease from a fatal disease to a chronic disease in my lifetime. I may be a little ambitious, but hey, why not?
I'm proud to be his teammate, proud to be his friend, and I'm a proud Gaucho because of Jim Barber and Cheryl.
For years, the University of California has been able to provide Californians with an affordable, world-class education.
Last year, UC gave out more grants and scholarships than ever before. But even with that financial help, most students still need loans,
part-time jobs, or both to pay for their education. Let's make a promise to change that.
It begins now with the Promise for Education, a new kind of crowdfunding platform.
Here's how it works. You make a promise.
I promise. I got a promise.
Bungee jump. Ah! I kind of have two that I've been throwing around.
I will work at a soup kitchen for 2,000 hours.
I'm a rep as President Obama, if there's any indication.
After you made a promise, set a goal.
It can be $10.
It could be $100, $1,000,
$1 million. And
you share it on Facebook or
Twitter.
Or what I use, Pimpstagram.
You share it with your mom or your dad or your friends, and you rally your friends.
And their friends, and their friends' friends.
To contribute money towards your goal.
And remember, every little bit makes a difference.
At the end of the program, all the contributions made will be used to create
more UC scholarships. That's good news.
We need everyone to participate. Students,
Californians, Americans,
alumni, teachers, anyone who cares about education to make this a success.
Help change the future by supporting scholarships for students in need.
A lot of students like myself.
Like us, first generation.
Start by making a promise.
Make a promise for education.
What will you promise?
Today, UCSB student athletes are coming together at Isla Vista School for Read Across America Day. As a part of the Gauchos Give program, UCSB Athletics wanted to take a quick look at this special service event.
We're here today to read to the elementary school students for Dr. Seuss's birthday, which was yesterday, March 2nd. I'm excited to be here and read to the kids, and it should be a fun time.
Theodore Seuss Geisel, better known to the world as the beloved Dr. Seuss, was born in 1904 on Howard Street in Springfield, Massachusetts. His mother, Henrietta Seuss Geisel,
Reading to the Kids is a great event for the Gaucho Gives program. I'm excited to be here. It's my first time reading to the kids.
Ted's father, Robert, and grandfather, his mother, Henrietta Seuss.
What was the Lawrence, and why was it there, and why was it lifted and taken somewhere?
Hi everyone, I'm Larissa White from UCSB Athletics, and sitting next to me is the one and only Orlando Johnson, a former Gaucho and now a shooting guard for the Indiana Pacers. Orlando, you are back in Santa Barbara. You've been here for a couple weeks. What has it been like to get back here, now as a professional athlete instead of just as a student?
It feels good. Now I can do things that I wasn't able to do when I was in college. Go to a few different restaurants. Buy some things that I liked in college. It's nice to be back and see some old friends, and it's very different from Indiana. So for me to be back here is kind of just trying to soak it all in so I can remember what it feels like to be back out here.
You were a first-year NBA player going to almost the NBA Finals this past year. Not many professional basketball players get that opportunity right off the bat. You had it happen in your first season as an NBA player. So what was that like being with this amazing Pacers team this season, you know, with all these great teammates and great coaches sitting right next to you?
I mean, it was great. It was a special team, you know, getting a chance to learn from, you know, some of the best players in the game, and also, you know, one of the rising coaches in the game. So, you know, for me, it was just a blessing to get drafted, to Indiana and really get a chance to start my career off the way it did. So, you know, there's just a building block, and I'm looking to really take the next step and hopefully help the team reach the finals and get a chance to win the ring.
What was it like playing for Brian Shaw, one of our former Gaucho players? He's now a head coach, but he was your assistant this past season.
It was great, you know, talking to Brian. He helped me out a lot, you know, just learning the game, really thinking the game, and you know, just becoming more of aware of how to play the game. And you know, just coach, I just wish him the best, you know, going to Denver, and to have him there, and, you know, us being, you know, from the same school, you know, it was special. And I don't know if too many players and coaches can say that.
So now that you're back here in Santa Barbara, are you kind of feeling some nostalgia, and what do you miss about being a Gaucho?
I miss, you know, really walking on campus. I walked yesterday to Stork Tower, and I just miss, like, you know, being around and seeing all my, you know, friends on campus and stuff like that, and you know, IV, there's nothing like that, you know, where everybody's just that close. You can always just go to somebody's house, and, you know, you got your best friend living right next to you. You know, you don't have that in Indiana.
Well, I hear that back in Indiana, you actually walk to your arena to play. You don't even own a car.
No.
So what's that like, living on your own, you know, in this big city back in the Midwest?
You know, it's different because I'm really close with my family, and they still live out here in California, back home in Seaside. So, you know, for me, I just have my best friend, Brandon, out there with me. And, you know, I don't need a car. He has his car. He brought out with him from California, and I mean, the gym's only about, you know, less than a minute away, so I just walk, you know, some games. Unless if it snows, I'm not doing that, but I'll drive. But other than that, it's not a bad walk. Just get there and get the legs warm before practice or game.
It's a very humble way to go. So you back in Seaside, I hear you started a camp. It's called the...
It's my AAU team. It's called Orlando Johnson Basketball Academy.
Okay, so why did you start that?
I really wanted to start it just because, you know, I knew when I was growing up, I didn't really have like a strong team to really just play with like that. I mean, we played at the Boys and Girls Club, and we did a few tournaments here and there, but, you know, for me to put my name on something like that, you know, an NBA player out of, you know, my hometown, I don't think there has been one before there. So, you know, kids probably get excited for that, and I know they are, because I went back and had a banquet with them, and, you know, they were very excited about the program and where it's headed.
Well, and then back in the day, when you were a Gaucho, you used to say that you wanted to become a financial planner one day and help out those professional athletes after their professional careers to balance their bank accounts. Yeah. How has it been transitioning from being a student athlete here in Santa Barbara to now having a steady paycheck with an NBA career?
It's no different, really. I mean, besides not having class, and I mean, I'm always in the gym.
So you don't spend much, right?
So I don't really spend too much money, and don't have a car. I had a car in college, had to pay insurance on that, but the tough part is the taxes. That hurts a little bit. But
you're like, where does this come from?
Yeah, no, I didn't know nothing about that until you get out in the real world and you got a paycheck. So.
Well, it's a great lesson, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, it's been great to see you play in the NBA, representing Santa Barbara out there for, you know, all those student athletes who work so hard. It's definitely a great thing to see someone succeed as much as you have. Thank you for stopping by, and fans, be sure to keep an eye out for Orlando out in the NBA world, and definitely check back with UCSBGauchos.com for more updates on Orlando. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Kevin Donohue. I'm a redshirt junior on the men's volleyball team, and I'm an outside hitter. Last year, during one of our away matches at USC, I was running down for a ball, and I landed on my elbow, and I dislocated my shoulder out the back. And about a week later, I discovered that I had some pretty serious tears to my labrum and rotator cuffs. So from there, I decided to have surgery exactly 1 year ago, and the process was long and tedious, but for the first 4 months, it was nothing but living in the training room to set up a plan that would get me back on the court as soon as possible. After about 7 months of rehab, I was cleared to start doing volleyball activities, and this was an awesome experience because you don't realize how much you miss and love a sport until you're sidelined for several months due to a very serious injuries. I think it's important for a team to succeed and a team to do well that there has to be a high level of team chemistry. And I think that's something that our team does really well. I say all 20 of us are close friends, and we get along well, and we have a great time on road trips, and we have team barbecues. And I think that teamwork and team camaraderie is something that is essential to a team succeeding on the court. This summer, I was lucky enough to get several leadership programs for some great finance institutions, and it was a great opportunity. I traveled to Chicago and Texas and participated in many leadership and business conferences, and I was able to develop a lot of skills that I saw could help me as a leader and captain on the volleyball team. Personally, being one of the older guys on the team, I like to take responsibility in making sure that guys are ready to go and that the team is where we need to be when the time comes, because when playoffs start, it's a whole different ball game, and I think that all the work we put in off the court and all the leadership that a lot of guys bring will really come through when it matters most at the end. My experience here at UCSB has been awesome. Being a student athlete, we have a lot of pride in not just our sport, but all the other sports. I take pride in going to all the other athletic events, and I think the opportunity that all of us are given to go to such a great school and such a great location is unparalleled to pretty much any other campus or university.
Hi, I'm Paige.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
And we're both 21 years old.
And obviously we're twins.
We're on the women's soccer team.
I play right back.
I play left back. When teams play us, sometimes they see twins. They're like, what is going on? They see me maybe on both sides of the field.
It might confuse them at first, but I think after a while they realize, oh, there's two of them. It's not just one of them running back and forth really fast.
I think it's pretty unique being twins on the same Division I team. We've been playing together since we were 3 years old on the same team, so might as well end our soccer career here together. I think we kind of do have this weird connection. Like, we don't need to talk to each other. We know where each other's going.
I think it's just playing with each other so long, we kind of know how each other work and just have that chemistry already.
Like, I'd have a song in my head, and then like right after I got it in my head, she'd sing the same song out loud. And it's happened like 8 times.
Or we'd like start singing the song the same exact part of the song, like the same word. It's really weird.
Well, we usually take all the same classes. Kind of helps when you're twins. And
yes, study partner all the time.
Yeah, so need help. She knows stuff I don't know sometimes, and vice versa.
School-wise, we're both like the same.
Both like same grade, same. Like, not one's better at math. I'm like, maybe I'm better at writing. Personality-wise, I think I'm more
crazy. I'm more laid back, I guess, a little bit. But
I'm a little more social butterfly, outgoing, not shy. I think our relationship has grown a lot, especially in college. I think we're a lot closer than we were in high school. We realized we're not going to be together forever. And I think what brought us closer together was our dad having prostate cancer. So we had to help each other out with what's going on with him and when he's having his bad days, and us not sure what's going to happen to him.
About 2 years
About 2 years
ago.
It
got really serious, and he had to get a lot of tests done and radiation and shots and hormones and all this stuff to hopefully make the cancer leave his prostate. And as far as we know, it's gone. We can just hope and pray that it just doesn't come back.
He's like our #1 fan. Like, he's the reason why we play. Well, I play. Why you play?
Yeah, he's He is always taking us to every single soccer game, so in every single tournament, always the first parent there.
First dad.
Still first parent at our games. Yeah, he's our #1 fan, and will always support us and always be there and always encouraging us even when we're down. If we get hurt or injured or not having a good day, he's always there to lift us up, and we are grateful to have a dad in our life like that that will support us with our soccer careers.
Hi, I'm Jenessa Jeppesen. I'm a junior infielder on the softball team. I've been playing softball since I was 5 years old, and I have such vivid memories of going out to the field with my dad and playing catch and standing on the wrong side of the bag and having my coach have to move me, running the bases backwards. My teammates always joke with me about my level of pain tolerance that I have, because the morning before I ended up going to the hospital, I ran stadiums with the team, and then a few hours later decided to go see a doctor. I ended up being diagnosed with a severe kidney infection. I had a white blood cell count of 48,000 and was admitted into the ICU, and I was there for a week and ended up going into septic shock, which is where the fluid that they're giving you to help level all your vital signs goes into your lungs and your heart. And it caused me to get pneumonia, so I was there for an extra few more days. But I think the thing that helped me the most is my teammates came and visited me every day. It was nice to always get messages from my coach, and I just felt more like I was part of a family. Because when you're down here, it's your home away from home. And they really are your family. You spend every day with them. Because I had to take medical leave last winter, I am a quarter behind in school, so I'm trying to take extra classes and take summer school classes to try to catch up. But I'm really determined to make this next quarter my best quarter academically. I'm really grateful for all the support that I've received over the past year with my family, my friends, and my teammates. Now that I'm back, I feel stronger than ever, healthier than ever, and I'm really excited to take on the season with my team.
Looking for the best in Gaucho gear? Look no further than ShopUCSBGauchos.com. UCSB Athletics is pleased to announce the debut of our new online store, ShopUCSBGauchos.com. Gaucho fans can now find thousands of items to choose from. It is the biggest assortment of Gaucho gear ever assembled under one roof. With a full line of women's and youth apparel, performance gear, sweatshirts, tees, and headwear, ShopUCSBGauchos.com has something for everybody. Grab yourself or someone you love something new from the Gaucho shop at ShopUCSBGauchos.com today. For UCSB Athletics, I'm Taja Davis, and that's all for this week's episode of Gauchos in 30. For all of your Gaucho gear needs, don't forget to visit ShopUCSBGauchos.com. And lastly, for more videos like these and for a way to buy tickets online, visit UCSBGauchos.com. See you next week for another episode of Gauchos in 30.